The pandemic blurred the lines between work and home life like never before, especially for those who worked remotely. So the arrival of Ontario's right to disconnect law was most welcome, according to HR and employment labor expert Laura Williams.
There's been such a shifting of what we value, how we want to live, how we want to work. And coming out of the pandemic, what have we all really prioritized? Ourselves.
But don't be fooled by the wording. The new rules don't actually guarantee workers a right to disconnect beyond existing provincial laws, only that employers have to be clear about what disconnecting from work entails. The numbers, though, paint a clear picture of the problem. A 2021 Sun Life survey found 1 in 3 workers across Canada are suffering from burnout. And a recent poll by Robert Half suggests millennials more than older generations are burnt out, while women reported higher burnout rates than men. France was the first country to implement right-to-disconnect legislation, with other European countries following suit. Now, Ontario's rules are the first in Canada and apply to companies with 25 employees or more. But the approach on this side of the Atlantic leaves more in the hands of employers, according to this labor lawyer.
We tend to, more often than in the European nations, put long hours working late into the night on a pedestal.
The Office of the Federal Labour Minister tells Global News Ottawa remains committed to developing a right-to-disconnect policy and that coming out of COVID, there's an opportunity to make workplaces permanently better. No timeline was given for federal legislation, but even once implemented, it would only apply to the 5% of the workforce subject to Ottawa's employment laws.
Disconnection for work is not going to be just a flash in the pan, flavor of the week discussion because of the mental health crisis that we find ourselves in coming out of the pandemic.
Observers say it's just a matter of time before others follow Ontario's lead, though questions remain about how rules can and will be enforced. Anne Gaviola, Global News, Toronto.